All right, ready to dive in. Today, we're looking at Zenon Network.
Zenon network.
It's this cryptocurrency network
Yeah.
that's making a lot of noise,
A lot of noise.
with its speed and efficiency and
Right.
this really unique link to Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's really interesting because they're not trying to be another Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It's not a Bitcoin competitor.
Right.
It's designed to work with Bitcoin,
Oh, interesting.
like a booster engine, you could say.
So it's not about competition, it's more about collaboration.
Exactly, yeah. And the creators of Zenon, they have this vision of taking Bitcoin's strengths
Okay.
and building on top of that.
Gotcha. I'm intrigued, but full disclosure,
Sure.
I'm a bit of a crypto newbie.
Okay.
So can we break down
Yeah.
what makes Zenon so unique?
Okay, so imagine a highway, right?
Okay.
Most blockchains are like a single lane highway. They
Okay.
process transactions one by one.
Okay.
This creates bottlenecks and slows things down, right?
Makes sense.
Zenon uses a DAGB-based blockchain, which is more like a multi-lane highway.
Gotcha.
Can handle tons of traffic simultaneously.
So that's how they get these super fast transaction speeds you hear about.
Precisely.
Interesting.
And this has real-world implications. So think about using cryptocurrency for everyday purchases. Like if you're waiting for ages, it's just not practical.
Right. Right.
Zenon wants to make it as seamless and instant as using a credit card.
Okay, that's a game changer.
Right.
No more waiting for your coffee purchase to go through.
Exactly.
Love that.
And they have another trick up their sleeve.
Okay.
It's a dual ledger architecture.
Uh-huh.
Imagine splitting a supermarket checkout
Gotcha.
into two separate lines.
Okay.
One for scanning your groceries and the other for processing your payment.
Got it.
That's what Zenon does.
Interesting.
They separate where transactions are stored, that's the mempool,
Okay.
and where they're validated, that's
Right.
the consensus layer.
So it's like streamlining the entire process,
Exactly, yeah.
making it more efficient.
Yeah, and this separation enables greater scalability,
Okay.
meaning the network can handle more transactions
Gotcha.
without getting bogged down.
Makes sense.
And get this, Zenon's design was conceived even before the Narwhal and Tusk research paper,
Wow.
which proposed similar concepts
Yeah.
for blockchain scalability, so they were ahead of the curve.
So they were ahead of the game. They really thought this through.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard that Zenon had a pretty unusual launch.
Uh-huh.
Something about X stakes.
Yeah, the X stakes mechanism. So instead of the typical ICO,
Right.
early investors, they contributed Bitcoin to a specific address.
Okay.
For each Bitcoin, they'd receive 5,000 ZNN,
Okay.
one of Zenon's native tokens.
So people were buying ZNN with Bitcoin.
Yeah, but here's the interesting part. If investors ran a Zenon node reliably for 2 years,
Uh-huh.
they got their entire Bitcoin investment back.
A full refund.
Yes.
That's why.
So it was like a public bond. Early investors essentially loaned their Bitcoin to support the network launch in exchange for ZNN tokens and the potential for a full refund.
Right.
This was brilliant to bootstrap the network
Yeah.
while attracting a community deeply aligned with Bitcoin's values.
So Zenon's connection to Bitcoin goes beyond just the technology.
That's like
under their
Hitler.
DNA.
It's a fascinating case study in how a new cryptocurrency can leverage
Yeah.
the strength and reputation of Bitcoin while carving its own path.
And speaking of carving their own path, Zenon actually has two native tokens, right?
That's right.
ZNN and QSR.
Yeah, it's like a powerful duo, each with his own role.
Okay.
So think of ZNN as your voting card in Zenon's ecosystem.
Okay.
It's the governance token that lets you participate in decision-making.
Gotcha.
QSR, on the other hand, is like the fuel that keeps the network running.
So if ZNN is like having a voice, QSR is like paying for the microphone.
That's a great way to put it.
I like that.
QSR powers transactions, and because Zenon is designed for efficiency, those transaction fees are incredibly low.
Okay.
So this makes Zenon practical for everyday use,
Gotcha.
from micropayments to large transfers.
So they're aiming to be both fast and affordable.
Exactly.
Now, I know we need to talk about consensus mechanisms.
Yeah.
I've heard Zenon does things a bit differently here, too.
Yes, this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Most blockchains rely on either proof of work or proof of stake
Right.
to secure the network
Right.
and validate transactions.
Right.
Zenon uses a unique two-tiered system with sentinels and pillars.
Two-tier. Okay, break that down for me.
Okay, so picture the sentinels as these vigilant guards.
Right.
They utilize a proof-of-work system to generate receipts for transactions, acting as a security layer against potential attacks.
Gotcha.
They're like the first line of defense.
So they're like the watchdogs of the network.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, the pillars are the core validators.
Okay.
They form a decentralized network, responsible for confirming transactions and updating the ledger, which is the record of all transactions.
So it's a system of checks and balances to ensure both security and efficiency.
Precisely.
Very cool.
And this addresses a concern that some people have with proof-of-stake systems,
Okay.
where those with the most stake can sometimes exert too much influence.
Right.
Zenon's design aims to prevent that by distributing power more evenly.
So it's all about decentralization, making sure no single entity can control the network.
It is.
That's a big deal in the world of cryptocurrency.
It is, and it ties back to Zenon's core philosophy of building a truly trustless and transparent system.
I like it.
You know, prepping for this, it really hit me just how ambitious Zenon's vision is.
It's not just about tweaking a few things here and there.
No.
They're really trying to fundamentally change how we even think about cryptocurrency and decentralized systems in general.
Absolutely. And that always comes with challenges, right?
Oh,
We've talked about the exciting part, but we need to also consider the potential hurdles.
Okay, so let's get into that then. What are some of the biggest obstacles they might encounter?
Well, one challenge is the complexity of the technology itself.
Yeah.
Zenon's design is really innovative.
Right.
But that can also make it harder for developers to build on top of it.
So it's like having a super advanced toolbox.
Right.
But you need specialized knowledge to use it.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they need to make sure they're providing the tools and resources to developers to easily build on the platform.
Makes sense, yeah, because a strong developer community is so crucial.
Absolutely.
For any platform.
Yeah.
What else?
Then there's the challenge of adoption on the user side.
Yeah.
Zenon, to really succeed, needs a critical mass of users, right?
Right.
People actually using it,
Yeah.
sending transactions, engaging with the ecosystem.
But there's already so many cryptocurrencies out there.
Right.
How do they convince people to switch or add another one to their wallets?
That's a million-dollar question.
Right.
They need to really communicate the benefits clearly.
Yeah.
Why they're unique features, like the speed, the low fees, the connection to Bitcoin.
Right.
Why those make it a compelling choice.
So education and marketing will be key.
Yeah.
They need to cut through all the noise and really make it stand out.
Absolutely. And do it in a way that's accessible to everyone, not just the tech-savvy people.
Right, right. Because their whole vision is to make it usable for everyday people.
Exactly.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
If they can communicate that effectively, I think they have a real shot at widespread adoption.
I agree.
What else?
Another challenge is security.
Of course.
With any new tech, especially in finance, there's always a risk of vulnerabilities being exploited.
Absolutely. So they need to build a network that is just super robust and resistant to attacks, especially if they're going to be handling Bitcoin.
Absolutely. Rigorous testing, audits, ongoing security improvements are going to be crucial.
Makes sense. You got to build that trust and confidence. And then there's also the ever-changing regulatory landscape.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Governments around the world
are
still trying to figure out this whole crypto thing.
Yeah.
Which can create uncertainty.
Yeah. They'll need to navigate those regulations carefully.
Right.
Ensure compliance. Be prepared to adapt.
Makes sense.
It's a constantly moving target.
So we've got the technical challenges, the adoption hurdle, security concerns, and regulatory uncertainties.
Yeah.
That's a lot to tackle.
They are, but the potential rewards are huge, right?
Right.
They're not trying to just build a slightly better crypto.
Yeah.
They're trying to revolutionize the entire space.
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit.
Okay.
And talk about the future.
Yeah.
What are some of the exciting things on Zenon's roadmap?
Right.
What kind of impact could they have?
Well, we touched upon their goal of becoming a layer 2 solution for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
If they pull that off, game changer.
I'm still not quite sure I understand what a layer 2 solution is.
Okay, so imagine Bitcoin as a busy city.
Okay.
Limited roads.
Okay.
Gets congested.
Makes sense.
Slow.
Yeah.
A layer 2 solution is like building a high-speed rail on top of the existing infrastructure.
Gotcha.
It lets you move things faster, more efficiently, without changing the foundation of the city.
Okay, so Zenon could essentially supercharge Bitcoin.
Exactly.
Make it faster, more scalable, without changing its core principles.
Exactly.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and it unlocks all these possibilities.
Yeah.
Imagine decentralized exchanges, lending platforms, prediction markets,
Right.
all running on Bitcoin,
Right.
but powered by Zenon.
Okay, that's a pretty mind-blowing vision.
It is.
What else are they working on?
They're also building their own ecosystem
So,
of decentralized applications, or ZApps.
yes.
Yeah, these are applications that run on Zenon's network,
Okay.
taking advantage of its features.
So kind of like the apps we have on our phone,
Yeah.
but decentralized,
Yeah,
running on a blockchain.
exactly.
Okay.
And because Zenon is designed for speed and low fees,
Right.
these ZApps could be super fast and responsive.
Gotcha.
Imagine like a decentralized social media platform
Okay.
where users control their data,
Interesting.
or a secure messaging app resistant to censorship.
That's compelling.
Right.
It sounds like Zenon could be a real hub
Yeah.
for innovation in this space.
It has the potential.
I like that.
And that's what makes it so exciting to follow.
Yeah.
They're really pushing the boundaries
They are.
of what's possible.
Before we move on,
Yeah.
any other thoughts on the impact Zenon could have?
I think Zenon is a reminder that crypto is still in its infancy. There's so much innovation happening.
Right.
It's hard to predict what the future holds.
So you're saying Zenon could just be the tip of the iceberg?
Exactly.
Wow.
There might be more revolutionary technologies out there.
Right.
Zenon's success could inspire a whole new wave of innovation.
It feels like we're at the start of something really big.
It does.
A new era
Yeah.
in decentralized technology.
We are. And Zenon could be one of the pioneers leading the way.
Wow, we've covered so much ground in this deep dive on Zenon Network.
We have.
From their unique design to their vision for the future.
Yeah.
It's been quite a journey.
It has.
My head's spinning a little bit, but in a good way.
Yeah.
It's exciting to learn about something so innovative and transformative.
I agree.
But let's step back for a moment.
Okay.
What does this all mean for the average person?
Right.
Someone who's intrigued by Zenon, but maybe not a hardcore crypto expert.
Yeah, I think Zenon represents an opportunity
Okay.
to be a part of something really groundbreaking. It's a chance to participate in building a more decentralized future
Okay.
where we have more control
Gotcha.
over our finances, our data, our digital lives.
So it's about more than just investing.
Yeah.
It's about empowering individuals.
Exactly.
Okay.
Zenon is built on the idea that power should be distributed, not concentrated in the hands of a few.
Right, right.
And that's a powerful concept
It is.
that resonates with a lot of people,
It does, yeah.
regardless of their technical background.
It's about taking control,
Yeah.
being part of something bigger than yourself.
Right.
And with Zenon,
Yeah.
you can participate in that through their governance system.
Absolutely. Remember ZNN, the governance token?
Yeah.
By holding ZNN, you have a voice
Okay.
in how the network evolves.
Okay, yeah.
You can vote on proposals,
Right.
delegate your voting power,
Uh-huh.
even run for a pillar position yourself.
Wow.
Become one of the core validators.
So it's like a digital democracy
Yes.
where everyone has a say.
Yeah, and it's not just about voting.
Cool.
It's about contributing
Right.
to the network.
Yeah.
Spreading awareness, educating others,
Uh-huh.
developing applications on Zenon,
Right.
becoming an active part.
So they're really fostering a strong community.
Absolutely. It's a community of passionate individuals
Yeah.
who believe in decentralization,
Yeah.
working together to build a better future.
Now, I know a lot of people listening are probably wondering about the investment side of things.
Yeah.
Is Zenon a good investment?
That's a question only you can answer.
Right.
Investing in any crypto has risks.
Of course.
Zenon is no exception.
Right.
Do your research.
Yeah.
Understand the risks involved.
Mm-hmm.
Never invest more than you can afford to lose.
Sound advice. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
Make sure you're comfortable with the level of risk.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
If you believe in Zenon's vision,
Yeah.
if you think they can achieve their goals,
Uh-huh.
then investing in their tokens, ZNN and QSR,
Yeah.
can be a way to support their mission
Right.
and potentially benefit from their success.
So it's about aligning your investments with your values,
Exactly.
supporting projects you believe in.
Exactly.
And with Zenon, you have the opportunity to invest in something
Yeah.
that's not just about making money,
Right.
but building a better future.
More equitable,
Right.
transparent, decentralized.
Powerful message. Any final words of wisdom?
Yeah, don't be afraid to explore.
What?
The world of Zenon is fascinating. There's always something new to discover,
Right.
whether it's the tech,
Yeah.
the community,
Okay.
or the potential applications being built.
So be curious, be open-minded,
Yeah.
don't hesitate to ask questions.
The Zenon community is very welcoming
They are.
and supportive.
That wraps up our deep dive into Zenon Network.
It does.
We hope you found this episode informative.
Yeah.
And that it sparked your curiosity.
Absolutely.
About this innovative project.
Yeah, if you're eager to learn more,
head over to Zenon.network and start exploring.
The future of decentralization awaits.
It does.
And who knows, maybe you'll be the one building the next groundbreaking Zap on Zenon.
Right.
Until next time, happy diving.